Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. Y'all, let's give us a good little hour. Let's have a quick little hour chit chat because y'all is finna be sick of me. You hear me? Because the big story of today is the interview that gotta mess up my thumbnail. Let me fix it real fast. The big thing today, okay, is the interview that Amanda Seales did with, what's that man's name? Shannon Sharp, okay? And I feel like everybody feels some kind of way, okay? And everybody has a right to feel how they want to feel. But I was like, I want to talk about it, okay? Because to me, I just think it was a talk-aboutable. It was a talk-aboutable interview. It was about, I feel like 3 hours, I think a little over 3 hours long. And I listened to the whole thing. Okay. Did I fix it? I did. Y'all see that look? If y'all look at Amanda's shoulder, how it was like it's weirdly squared off, and now I need it to be round. Okay, it's a little thing, but I noticed that it was cut off a little bit, and I had to change it. Okay, anyway. But yeah, I just want to have a quick conversation about that. Okay, and some other little things or whatever. So we will not be that long today, okay? But I hope everyone had a great Wednesday, a good old hump day. Thank you to those who are watching this live. Thank you to those who will watch the replay, okay? And I just want to, chit chat a little bit. Y'all know. First thing first, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Become a JayBird. Okay. Do not forget to like, comment, and to share this. This is a conversation between me and y'all to us, and everything in between. Okay. Do not forget, follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and Tick of the Top. Okay. And we're gonna just talk. Hey, how y'all doing? How is everyone? Yeah, I found this headband in my headband drawer in my closet room, and I like, even though it don't match my outfit or whatever, because I'm in the light colors, but I like my little redness of it all. So no matter what I'm wearing, I think this is my new everyday on camera headband. Okay, but hello to the people. Please listen to my mods, to the members, the JayBirds, to the no birds, to the all whoever, like, comment, just like the video around here, okay? Hey, how y'all doing? Okay, hello to all the peoples. Okay, thank y'all for being around here because you can be anywhere in the world, but you are here around here. Look, this is what so let's just go ahead and get into it. Let's just start. I feel like I have I have 5 clips. One clip is a long clip with her discussing her and Issa Rae. And then I have 4 short clips for us to discuss because it was a 3-hour tour. Wait, Skipper, where's the Gilligan? The Skipper too. I don't know. Anyway, but I pulled a few things just for us to discuss. But I swear, first of all, when I found out that she was doing the interview with him, I'm like, ooh, let's see how it go. Even because I was listening to Funky on my way home, Funky Dineva, and he said that he's gonna be interviewing Amanda Seales one day this week. You know, he gonna have her. And I said, now look, Funky Dineva is sick right now. Okay, child sick as a dog with with all the flu. So I'm like, maybe he should reschedule that to when he is feeling better. Because when I was watching Funky's live tonight, and I was driving and I would listen to it, and I stopped at a light, and I was like, he sound real sick. Now for me, y'all know when I'm sick, I'm like, girl, break. Because when you're not at your best, it's hard to come on here and, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So again, Funky Dineva said he will be interviewing Amanda Seales in a couple of days, but I'm hoping he pushes it back until he feels better, okay? Because I thought he said it'll be one day this week, but maybe I'm tripping. I can't, my mind be blown. But when I was watching it, I already felt like I don't feel like fussing with nobody about Amanda Seales. I am fully aware that a lot of people do not like her. And I always say, that's fine. Because nobody, you know, there's always somebody that no one likes. Okay, or there's always someone who they don't like you. Okay, it's fine. But I like Amanda. And I put on Twitter, I said, I understand everyone doesn't like everyone. I'm a fan of Amanda Seales because no one is perfect, and that includes her. However, I like her. The hate she gets is overwhelmingly a pile-on based on her rubbing some people the wrong way and her bluntness. That's that on that, okay? And that's what I honestly, truly believe, that some people do not like her because of stuff, how she's rubbed them the wrong way, and that has just spiraled and snowballed and just turned into this pylon train of she's a horrible person. No one likes her. Blah blah blah. And I'm not speaking to people who has had direct contact with her person to person, and they have an axe to grind because of their one-on-one situation with her. My issue is people who ain't never met that lady, and they're basing their stuff off of maybe 1 or 2 people's opinion. And I just don't see it that way. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. So when I was listening to her interview, I felt so connected because I was like, the fact that she's like, you know, some people just don't understand me. I have been blunt with some people. I get that too. However, Amanda, when she's defending herself, she isn't talking to people who she has had direct friction with. She's talking about the people who don't know her, who speaks about her as if they do, based on somebody else's opinion of her. You know what I'm saying? And that's what aggravates me so much. I was scared how her interview with Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay Shay will go. And watching it, we're gonna get into a little bit later because we're not gonna be, but I just feel like she was spilling tea. You hear me? she was spilling tea. And there are so many people who are going to let what she said fly above their head into their trash can where they won't hear it, simply because somebody they know or somebody they heard say 3 weeks ago or 3 years ago about something that they got shit to do with them directly. They're going to miss what she said simply because they went into the interview not liking Amanda. And the one thing I've learned to do in my older age at 42 is, even if I do not like someone, I will listen to an interview they do with open ears. Okay. Now, the only people I will never listen to their interview with open ears, I will never listen to a Donald Trump interview with open ears. I will never listen to a Candace Owens anything with open ears, because I feel like there are certain people who we have consistently seen be disruptors. We've seen them try to tear down us as a people or help other people tear us down. So when I see you for who you are and I see the destructive behavior as a Candace Owens, as a Donald Trump, and people like them, I will never listen to their interviews with open ears. But people who ain't really did nothing to nobody, but I don't really like for instance, Candace from Potomac. I couldn't stand her first seasons, but as she did interviews here, let me listen. Okay, Arena from DC. The first season she aggravated me, but I've given her open ears. So there are certain people I feel like they deserve just an open ear. And if what they say don't make no sense, then cool. But when you watch an interview of someone, and if everything they say, you're not listening to listen, you're listening to pick them apart and call them a whatever. You know what I'm saying? And people who don't have no connections. I don't know Amanda. I ain't never met her. Never. I've never went to a show. I just have enjoyed her over the years. Not saying she's perfect, not saying she's not been blunt in her, but I'm like, she ain't this horrible person that people like. I'm like, how do y'all have more smoke for Amanda Seales and not Candace Owens? I am confused. So the tea, we gonna get into it, okay? You've been watching my old bitch. Child, look, get you gotcha. Today I was like, because Bishop Robbery, he did a live. I want to say yesterday. I don't know whatever. And I haven't listened to it yet. But I said, because I seen him post a couple of pictures, we're gonna look at his outfits today, okay? We're gonna keep him into the Rolodex, okay, of content, okay? But hey, y'all, how y'all doing? I didn't went off on a tangent because I was like, we gotta get into it. But hi, hello to everybody. How y'all doing? Okay, hi. Yeah, Funky was very good. Funky, look, Funky. I swear, maybe yesterday I said Funky must be sick because he had not been on social media much or on his channel. And then when I was leaving work, driving home, and I saw his live pop up, let me listen in, and I'm like, oh, he sounds sick, and I thought, oh yeah, he looks sick too, and I was like, and then I heard when someone spoke about him and his past drug habit. I said, child, it's gonna get messy. He went off. And then when I came back to the live later on and listened, child, he was still fussed. I was like, child. But this is why I always say, when I don't feel well, if I don't feel mentally prepared to come on live, and I don't have, Funky has 400,000 subscribers. He has, 8, 9, 10, 11,000, live watchers. So my little 120 is nothing. So I can't imagine if I don't feel well and I got 9,000 folks watching me and then 5 folks tell me I ain't shit. It may piss me off. So when I'm sick, I don't come on because all it takes is one wrong comment and you're pissed. You're pissed and you go off. And that's what I noticed that he did today. And I said, that is what it is. But again, I hope everybody had a good time today. Come on, look, the older we get, because I'm only 42, and once I'm pretty sure once I turn 52, I will probably feel differently then than I do now. And I have to always remind myself that, child, I would never openly listen to a Boosie, and child, Boosie can't get no open mindedness from me. No, because I've seen how he operates. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm a firm believer in there's a difference between supporting people and their bad experiences with people. And okay, my friend went through some shit, so we don't like that person. That's fine. But I'm like, I need to build my own opinion of people if I'm gonna dog them out. And I just have never seen the amount of hate she gets. I just don't feel it's warranted. I don't, because truth be told, and like, I am a very blunt person. I don't take no shit. And if you piss me off, I'm gonna go off. I'm not a regularly rude person, but sometimes I acknowledge that even at work, sometimes I'm just very matter of factly. I'm not extra friendly. So if you come ask me a question, I'm going to answer it, and that's it. And sometimes that comes off because folks have told me at work back in the day, they thought I was mean. And I was like, I'm not mean. I'm just, you ask me a question, this is your answer. I don't add any extraness to it. And sometimes if I'm busy working, I won't stop what I'm doing and give you eye contact. The file is here. Call so and so, blah blah blah. Call, and I answer. So I know what it feels like for people to feel like you're mean or you're rude because you're blunt. You're to the point. You're very matter of factly. However, the people who know you in real life and who you give your energy to, they're like, man, Jaylee's sweet as fucking pie. She's fucking hilarious. You know what I'm saying? And people at my job, because this is a little bit of my business, because I've been at my job for 9 years. People who thought I was mean and rude when I first started, now that they come and they'll talk to me now, and it's a conversation, they're like, oh, you're not mean. Oh, I never was. I never was. You assume that because you expected me to cater to you and pander to you and be extra. And I'm like, no. That ain't was, no, you asked me a question about the patient. This is the information. Have a good day. Bye. And then that's it. So that's why I feel, and again, I'm not saying Amanda is perfect at all. I'm just saying that the amount of hate she gets, it aggravates me. You know what I'm saying? It aggravates me. The hate that anybody get, it aggravates me. How people sometimes like to lump us into a bundle of, oh, well, this is what it is. Because it's weird, because the same, like for YouTubers, it aggravates us when people who don't know us come to our Capricorn. I just seen Terry B say Capricorn. It aggravates us as YouTubers when people who don't know us come to our comment section and talk shit. I'm like, you don't even know me. You don't even know me. So it's the same thing. To me, it's the same thing. So again, are there times when I probably have been a little too blunt and a whole bunch of real matter of factly? Yes. But it's never my intent to offend anybody. And if you sit and talk to me, bitch, you will see, she cool as shit. That's why y'all like me. I'm cool as shit. I am. But to some people, I'm the villain in their story. And I'm cool with that, because if I'm your villain, it's a reason for it. Okay, anyway. Y'all, I didn't talk too much. Anyway, let's get into, now I told y'all Bishop Robbery. He wants to show y'all his new clothes. He wants to show y'all. I am not, first of all. Well, Yes, let me also add, because you people may not know this, I am also a bit of an asshole, but I'm a good asshole. I'm a friendly asshole, and even in my assholeness, you gonna have a good time, okay? Fun will be had, okay? It's a reason why folk put up with my assholeness. I'm not a bitch though, but I am an asshole. I am, and I like it, and they like it too. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Bishop gonna call me an asshole. Him is an asshole too, y'all. In case y'all do, who I get it from? Anyway, Bishop of the robbery. You want a green suit, y'all? This is the suit that him gonna get for birthday. Green, a good old green suit, leprechaun green. Okay, to make for the money, or because it's green for the money and gold for the honey. I don't know. What I do know is a good old bright green tacky Fucci suit. The Fucci, I think it's Fucci. It's either Fucci, it may be Lenciaga. I don't remember, but he wants y'all to see that he got some new suits, y'all. He done went to the tailor over there in New York, because ain't that where they have all the fake stuff at in New York on the streets? The greens for the money, gold for the honey. I think gold mean hoes. You know what I'm saying? Not dressed like the Riddler. That is the Riddler though. It really, really is. I promise you, he's a Riddler. But you know, I feel like, but see him, he don't have no where to go that though. But our bishop's supposed to be green for the money and gold for the honeys. I think that may be against the Bible. It may be against the Bible. But you know, he keeps sitting here, child, on the couch with his child. Girl, I just don't understand. It's like, who took the pictures? Who took the pictures? Okay. And not a comment in sight. That probably means he deleted them. It's a nice color green. The suit is tacky. Okay. It's just child, is it a Monopoly suit? It may be a Monopoly suit. I feel like it's a Monopoly suit. It ain't Gucci at all. Canal Street. Bishop, first of all, Bishop Don Juan is a pimp. Bishop Don Juan is a pimp. But did y'all know for a long time I thought Creflo Dollar was a fictional pimp in the movie? I for a long time I did not know that Creflo Dollar, who was an actual pastor, I always assumed Creflo Dollar was a fictional pimp in movies back in the 70s. I had no idea, because in the fact that, you know, Bishop Don Juan is a real pimp in real life, and folk act like he's a regular person. And I was like, I just, it's weird. But you know, Bishop robbery is around here, you know, and because he's going to be sentenced, I think it's July 1st. He's facing 45 years. But his podcast, okay, I Walk by Faith, Not Guilty podcast, starts on YouTube, y'all, on April. What is April 30th? What is that? That Monday? No, next Tuesday. Okay, next Tuesday, he wants y'all see this. Y'all, he looking down. Okay, I need y'all to see my socks. Okay, I need y'all to see my socks don't match my outfit. And my shoes are green. It's a different kind of green, okay? It's the wingtip shoes or whatever, but I need y'all to see that shit right here, because I am nothing if I am not without the green for the money. And it may be green for prison. It may be green for prison, because maybe the prison colors is green. Maybe that's what it is, okay? Now, he couldn't get no green socks, because his socks right here, maybe he left on. He did. Bishop had a try on haul. Okay, Bishop was round here in his closet, y'all, trying on clothes. Okay, because them socks match this suit. So maybe he put all his suits on the same ring, same Apple Watch, different suit. Maybe he was, because he then put this outfit on. He probably left on the same socks and said, "Y'all, let's do a photo shoot pose because the socks match this stuff." And maybe he just did not change, okay? Because he then put on the green suit, you know what I'm saying, changed the shoes around here and left the socks on. Okay, he left the socks on, and then because look, he was this is the live he did, and I didn't have time to listen because I have an hour. But see right here,
not guilty is going to be.
Can y'all hear it? It's low, but hopefully y'all can hear it.
Groundbreaking. We're going to explain the perception of things. When people perceive a lie.
When people talk slow with their hands, let me look. I talk fast with my hands. When folks talk slow with their hands like this, it means it's pointing down because it's not the truth. Okay, it's down there. Because the lies are always down. The truth is above. The truth is up here. Okay, the truth is above your head. The lies is down here. So when the hands is pointing down, it means he's lying. I'm just saying.
You receive the lie. Perception is the key to life.
How you got a podcast? And what microphone? Why can't we hear you?
Whatever you perceive, you receive. Your perception creates your imagination. Your perception creates the imagery in your mind. It manipulates the vision of man. If your perception...
Is that a golden tiger? Who? Hey, mama. Hey, ma. That's my mama. Who has a golden tiger on their child?
Is created inaccurately, then your imagination will become a lie. If your imagination becomes a lie, then your reality becomes a lie.
That's how most folks get arrested. I feel like he just explained why he going to jail.
Not guilty is going to show you the integrity of why Bishop Whitehead is not guilty. Listen, not guilty is going to be groundbreaking. We're going to explain the perception of things.
This is it crack? I feel like it's crack. You got to be crack cocaine. Y'all, that's y'all Bishop. Then, y'all think this suit real? That's y'all Bishop. I told, didn't I tell y'all he had on a try-on haul the jacket on the floor because he trying on clothes. Now that's a nice child. That's a wizard's coat. That's a Harry Potter coat. Okay, that is a Harry Potter coat. Good evening, Governor. Okay, it's from the British places or whatever. It's a nice coat. It's just tacky. It's too many words on it, if you ask me. But that's y'all Bishop. Okay, I want to start off with y'all Bishop and his try-on haul. Okay, that's probably the I'm not gonna say that. I feel like maybe he, what's the people call Shein? Maybe that is the Shein version of Balenciaga. Maybe so. That could be what it is. Okay. Anyway. That's y'all Bishop. Let's move on. I want to get into a few things. Now, first of all, child, I say Kanye. Why Kanye? Kanye, nobody asked for this. No, I was minding my business. And Kanye West posted on social media that Yeezy porn is gonna be on the way. I said, what? Why? Ain't do it. Nobody, child. I feel like Kanye West should not be around here directing porn. He should not be producing it. He should not have a camera crew to record it. I don't want it around here. I just don't. I don't. There are some people you look at. You're like, you know what? I wonder what kind of porn they watch because they look like they watch good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel like it's gonna be him in it. You know, I don't feel like he gonna do it, but I feel like when Kanye was with Kim and they had those beige ass houses, I feel like people with beige houses that are really, really clean and white, you don't watch good porn. It's impossible. If you don't have no darkness in your house, it's like I don't think I want to see what you watch, because like I don't get freaky deakiness from Kanye or Kim. I don't. We seen what Kim do when she was with Ray J. Kim is a receiver, you know. She just a receiver of it. So I feel like Kim, we don't. So if y'all are interested, he said it's on the way. He said today's day. So maybe at midnight or at 11:59, maybe some Kanye stuff will drop on I don't know where. Now if it pops up, I mean I'm gonna watch it to see what it's about, and I'm gonna talk about it. But I didn't ask for it, not at all. Did not want it. Happy birthday to Kalani. I saw this say, oh, say happy birthday to Kalani. Okay, and whatnot. Cool. Kid Cudi canceled the tour after breaking his foot at Coachella. Now, I still have not watched him because he jumped down and messed his stuff up. Okay, he broke his foot. Stop jumping off stuff. Just stop. Okay? People, stop. Ankles and bones ain't built the same. Okay, you're jumping up and over things or whatever, bones gonna break. And now you have to cancel the tour because you broke your foot. Now, my thing is, the kid that he dance like he be dancing, maybe he needs surgery. Because I don't think he danced. Can he get in a wheelchair and get pushed around? I mean, you're losing money, sir. So again, Kid Cudi has to cancel the tour because he broke his foot. Because he was performing at Coachella and just jumped off the stage and foot broke. Okay, that's also called stupidity. I saw this. The Baby reveals a rapper called him to start a fake rap beef, and he declined the offer.
Days after the situation took place, this before J. Cole apologized. Matter of fact, I got a call. I won't say from who. I got a call from a certain rapper. It's like a lyricist too, like a lyricist. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure y'all know him. If I say his name, 1,000% y'all know him, right? And
I don't even care. I feel like if somebody called you to do a fake beef and you said no, and if they called you off the record, you going about it, talking about it, is just as lame as them offering to have a fake beef. Because now the story is you was gonna have a fake beef. The Baby is also somebody I don't want to hear no news from him. The Baby has proved to me. Nah, it ain't Soulja Boy, because he said the person is a lyricist, and Soulja Boy's not a lyricist, okay, at all. So that's no. That's no. But I feel like when anybody is directly asking you stuff offline, you know what I'm saying? They're like, hey, let's secretly do this for some attention. And then you say, nah, I won't do that. But then you go do an interview talking about it, which then makes the blogs, sir, you still use that person for clickbait. You still use that person for attention, because now the conversation is, well, who is it? Who's lyricist? Which can then start what? A fake rap beef. So the Baby is also in a club with Candace Owens, with Lil Boosie, with Trump, Candace Owens and them. Okay, put the Baby around there. I don't care at all. Did y'all see the British girl? British Williams is in now. She's in prison, y'all, for the tax fraud or IRS fraud or child support. It was some kind of fraud or whatever. She got 4 years in prison. She was not in prison. You know, her hair slicked back. She got makeup on. You know, regular clothes. We'll see her in about 3 years. Diddy's drug mule. Child, can you imagine no one knowing who you are, and then all of a sudden, whenever anyone references you, they say Diddy's drug mule. Diddy's assistant, the alleged drug mule, he's now officially been charged with one felony count of drug possession. I feel like, does Diddy have the money to help him fight the case? I just wonder. Because Diddy has his own case. And if you the mule for somebody else, shouldn't they have to cover your court fees and court costs? But if they are going through their own court shit, will he have the money? Can you imagine being somebody's drug carrier and then you get busted and they can't help you no more? And you out here looking like this. He looked like Courage the Cowardly Dog, if you think about it. Think about Courage. You know I'm going to Google. Courage, the Cowardly Dog. For some reason, I'm so stupid. Oh, I just feel like for some reason, when I try, he looked like Courage the Cowardly Dog. No tea, no shade. But I just feel when I look at him, I just feel like I'm an innocent cowardly dog doing what the parents told me to do, running around here fighting monsters and carrying the cocaine or whatever. You said they don't care, but he just reminded me of child. I'm just somebody get him some milk. Anyway, he's charged, and let's hope that Diddy can help him get free. But Diddy can't help himself get free, so who knows? I told you I was gonna just run it. Reggie Bush. When OJ left this world, a lot of folk were discussing how, OJ would be recognized still, how OJ's Heisman Trophy had not been removed from his care, even though he was accused of things and they went to prison, blah, blah, blah. But Reggie Bush's, he won it in 2005. Okay, they took it back from him in 2010. It says it was taken from him because an NCAA sanction against USC, where he was found to have received improper benefits during his time with the Trojans for about 2 years. Okay, and so they took the thing back. Well, he has it back in his possession. They gave him back. Now, first of all, is it a new one? Because I feel like if they took it from him, back then, so they took it from him, they put it up somewhere. Did they throw it away? Did they give him a brand new one? I don't know how shit works. But the fact that they was they took it back from him, to me was wrong, because it wasn't as if he did something at the time. It was like a technicality that it was taking. What he did was a technical violation, but not a real one or whatever. But again, the fact that OJ kept his after being accused of a double murder and going to prison, okay, people felt like it was some bullshit. So again, welcome Reggie Bush back to the Heisman Trophy of it all. He got it back, and as the thing said, no one can take from you what God had for you, okay? And God gave it back. Okay, God gave it. But again, did they give a new one? I don't want a new one. Don't give me the old one. Tiffany Haddish, okay? Tiffany Haddish was talking about her time current. There's somebody else who folk don't like. Now, Tiffany has made some questionable decisions, but I still feel like so many people give her more heat for that shit when they really should be giving it to Aries Spears. But I'm gonna let that be. Okay. However, she had a second DUI back in November, but she said I took a little break. I have been, my sobriety, celibacy for about 6 months. And it was crazy that people it ain't been 6 months. It's been about 4.5. Why she saying 6 months? I'm like, she said since around November, bitch, it's about 4-5 months. Leave me alone, bitch. Okay. And I think when people, this be my issue with people. When People go through stuff. Okay. When people go through things and they are making mistakes, okay, they around here making Tiffany Haddish getting 2 DUIs where she was driving, pulled over, and the police found her pulled over somewhere and arrest her. I feel like the fact that no one wants her to learn from that stuff and not do it no more and get better is weird. It's like sometimes I feel like some folk just want you to stay where you at. Yeah, stay in your dumb mistakes. Don't grow up. Don't get better. Don't learn from your. I'm like, Josh, let her learn, Jesus. You're supposed to learn to do better, okay? But she said, look, I have been around here. Sobriety, that's not a real word, okay? But I've been in my celibacy. I am sober. She said, I'm very sober. I haven't had a drink since the incident. When I sit back and look at my life, everything that's crazy that's happened because somebody or myself had alcohol in their system. And that's what it be. She then said, okay, this is my time to say, people, stop drinking for 6 months and just see how your life changes. You're going to have your snatched body back. You're going to see your relationships will be better and you'll stop dealing with people you don't need to deal with. That's the same thing that Meg did. Meg said she was out here wilding and she stopped all that shit and she had to fix herself. I mean, people, chill up. Y'all can't get me to hate Meg Stallion. Y'all can't get me to hate Tiffany Haddish or freaking Amanda Seals, okay? So y'all stop getting drunk. We'll get drunk because I don't mind it. I like a little bit of liquor. Speaking of drunkenness, Nicki, you know, and her son, her husband had a good old time, child, at the aquarium in Chicago. She's on tour still. Okay, she's on tour. This look, I'm not trying to critique Nicki. I'm not. I really want to meet the real Nicki Minaj. I want to meet Onika. Not like come to my house, but a part of the same way I feel like even through Tiffany Haddish's bullshit that she's done, Amanda Seals BS, people, even Glorilla, people, you know, women, black women who have been, you know, just going through some things around here. And I just feel like we get to see who they really are, a bit of real rawness. And a part of me felt like this is Nicki Minaj on camera playing family. I feel like at home, when she turned this her regular, I feel like I just want to see her be like, to let her guard down. And every time I see her, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, the camera.
No, his mom wants him to sit down.
Like, I'm like, is she looking around for folks to get her? Would you calm my kid down? I'm recording here. I am recording. I need him to sit down. And I just want to see who she is like on a regular day. Like no wig, no makeup, you know, her little this because she's a beautiful woman, you know. And so I think some folk like you a Nicki, I'm not a Nicki hater. I am not a Nicki sympathizer, no. But I also feel like, yes, I always think about, come on, you read in my mind, It always seems like it's a character. And it's for the cameras. And I'm like, whoever she is at home, I want that. And she don't owe me nothing. But sometimes I feel like when you are trying to let your fans in on these regular moments, is it really a regular moment?
Be careful first so you don't get hurt with that. I just said that.
I'm recording.
It was someone said, I'm recording. She know.
His mom wants him to sit down.
You gonna get a minute up there?
Yeah.
You gonna get a minute up there?
Yeah.
You gonna get a minute up there?
Touch ball. Go. Do it. 3. Go.
Everybody's watching. Look.
Like, no. Watch we need you to watch the penguin We're on camera, son. Son, we're on camera. Okay. Watch the penguin, son. No, don't no. Look at this way. Look, yeah. It's like maybe okay, penguin. Yay. Child, is that what child was dead? Child, anyway. That's Deb Atney over in the corner. The fact, first of all, the the fact that Nicki Minaj was at SeaWorld? Is it SeaWorld? No, she's at the aquarium in Chicago with Deb Atney. I'm like, do y'all be just hanging out sometimes, you and Deb? Y'all know Deb Atney is who was her manager when she first came out. That's also Waka Flocka Mama. But I was like, so she's a family friend. Okay. No, go this way. Yeah, go this way. No, go this way. Yes, over here. Yeah, over there. Don't block me. So it is always feel. I feel this is my thought process. Be when you are just having mom son time, family time. Like you had, hey, camera person, just capture the moments. Okay, capture the stuff. You know what I'm saying, and let that be that. But I'm like, child, not Nicki. But it's cool to see on her off time. Again, she's creating moments and memories for her son. That's fine. But I'm like, I just want to see pieces of, Onika. You know what I'm saying? This like does Mariah Carey have real moments with her kids?
Hey, boy, mom. Okay. We thought we were coming to go to the aquarium. Instead, Papa had other plans. He had plans to just chill in the cafeteria with newfound friends that he made. So we're just sitting here waiting on Papa to be done. You know what I'm saying? Bobby down. Oh, who's there? Is that Papa? A day in the life of a boy mom.
No, that's a day in the life of Nicki Minaj. And I'm like, girl, child, freedom dolphins. Anyway, but yeah, I just want to see Nicki, I just sometimes want to be like, oh, she's, regular. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the kid in the big ass hats. And the whole, now that is real Louis Vuitton, okay? Bishop Robbery wearing fake stuff. Nicki's son is in the realness of it all, okay? A handsome little man, okay? But I feel like it's just, hey, let's get footage for the cameras, and we need you because it'll be cute if you're talking to the penguins, okay? The child, let's have fun, okay? This let the kid run around. Let the kid run around. But he's a little kitty patootie. We don't have much to get into except what's on the thing right here. We did. Let's do. Drake. Let me talk about Drake. Where's Drake? Child, Drake got a whole cease and desist round here. Where is it? I know I saved it. Okay, here. Drake needs to stop. Okay, Tupac's family, the estates, sent Drake a cease and desist because Drake is around here. It's an AI generated Tupac voice that he used to be beefing with Rick Ross. And I'm like, I need people, leave the dead people out of it. Okay, I feel like Quavo using Takeoff's voice. That's his nephew. That's family. That's a little bit different. Drake, you have no connection to Tupac. Okay, Tupac died in 96. What you even rapping in 96, Drake? Do you have any connection to Tupac in 96? I feel like you don't. So, you can't be around here AI and their folk as if their family, won't say cut that shit out. Okay. It said Drake did not have permission to use Tupac's voice in his little freestyle diss to Kendrick. To Kendrick, not to Rick Ross. So this track to Kendrick So the Tupac's estate is going to take him to court if he don't cease and would desist. Okay, just stop. Okay, just stop. Mrs. Howard King claimed that Drake has 24 hours to take down the tailor-made freestyle from his page, or he'll be hit with a major lawsuit. Should be. The estate is deeply dismayed and disappointed by your unauthorized use of Tupac's voice and his personality. Okay, not only is the record a flagrant violation of Tupac's publicity and the estate's legal rights, it is also a blatant abuse of the legacy of one of the British hip hop. Girl, cut the bullshit. Stop it. We don't want you around here. Okay. And I feel like the fact that he thought, y'all can just do a little Tupac AI. To me, this shows he's ballsy. Not smart. Because it's like, what's the point? And maybe he thought, oh, Tupac's dead. And, because he did, maybe he wouldn't think because he's dead. But he has people. And a part of but that's his child. That's what happened with Remy Ma. When Remy Ma did Ether against Nicki and Nas and them shut it down. Child, you got to get permission first. You got to get permission first. And that ain't what happened. Y'all, they banned TikTok. Let me rephrase. President Biden signed the bill into law to ban TikTok. And I think they have like 200 and something days to sell it. I don't really know much because I'm not on TikTok. I'm on TikTok, but I don't pay attention. And the CEO of TikTok was like, we're gonna be here. We gonna fight the ban the best way we can. This is the ban against me and you. There's so much going on and wrong in the world, and it's weird to me that let's work to quickly ban TikTok is at the top. That's what the lawmakers are able to get handled. It aggravates me when people who have the power to fix other people's issues or to fix what's wrong in the world, they know what folks are complaining about that they want fixed, and they don't fix it. They fix other shit. So I'm not big on TikTok at all. I think I maybe have 280 followers. I don't post. I don't understand TikTok. But I also understand the same way on YouTube. I make my money on YouTube. So I can understand that people who make their money on TikTok are being scared of losing their income. But I just feel like it's so much wrong in the world. Y'all focus on banning TikTok. And I get it. Oh, it's possible that the people over there can infiltrate stuff over here. That can happen by regular child. When people try to make it seem as if, other people, other people over there, okay, over in China, in Japan, in Asia, whatever other country that TikTok is from, I don't know where. But when they make a scene, they're going to use TikTok to get in. I'm like, they can use the regular Asians who live here. They can use the regular people. They can use regular Asian people, regular Black people, regular white people. But y'all running around here trying to block and ban TikTok when it's still, it's just like, and y'all know I'm not political. I do not get into political stuff. But I was like, baby, child, I keep saying, if I just need 3 rich people to send me $40K each at one time. I feel like, what they send millions and billions and trillions of dollars everywhere else, but not here. It's insane to me. It is insane the amount of craziness that's going on just in America alone. You know, the crime here. Okay, I was scrolling TikTok and kept seeing in these different cities and states across the world how they're seeing, you know, people are losing their homes because the cost of everything going up. So some folk can't afford their houses. They're losing their houses. They're then moving into apartments, and then apartments are then raising the rent prices because it's spiraling. I was watching Love at the Lockup, well, Love during Lockup, and the dude said he was buying a car for a girl, paying $750 a month. I said, child, a car note should never cost that amount of money. So it's just weird to me when the government is around here trying to ban stuff. Banning that ain't helping shit here. It just isn't. It isn't. And so that's aggravating because it's like now, you know, people gonna lose their livelihood because some folk make buku bucks over there on TikTok. There are people who have, you know, 15 million fans or 10, whatever. People who, that's how they make their money. And the gut, let's cut it down. Let's, child, but that's y'all president. Maybe I should run for president. Let me run for president. Okay. We're gonna get this shit done. Anyway. So I can take this one off. Tamar was talking, right? Tamar was saying that she was in, you know, the conversation to join Housewives, okay? But she know all money ain't good money. I'm like, so you are what? But Tamar, Carlos had that live show he's been doing. He did one with Millie Holt. He did one with Tamar. I think Tamar was there. Heavenly was there. A few people was there. I think the next one he has coming up is with him and the girls from Love and Mercy. But at the event, you know, talking to Carlos or whatever, she brought up how, oh, you know, they wanted me on Housewives. You know? We don't need her on Housewives at all. But she said Bravo tried to get her to join the series, an offer she ultimately turned down. Carlos asked her, what she said, I've had conversations, but the truth is there's just no way I'm going to sit for makeup to get a wig put on, get my makeup beat, to argue with a bunch of bitches for nothing. I can't do it. I'm like, in my opinion, you're going to do that on your own show. You're going to get your hair done and your makeup done to go fuss with your sisters. Okay? So I feel like had you been on, first of all, Tamar, to me, Tamar is not a person for an ensemble cast that ain't her sisters. Tamar, to me, cannot function around, because Tamar don't really have many female friends that we know of. So I feel like Tamar making it seem as if, you know, why would I want to just go up and argue with people? You do it on a regular anyway. You would have got paid more money on Housewives than you, because according to you, you didn't get paid that much money on the WeTV Braxton show. You know, it is an audience member chime in with opinions of a large payment being reasons enough for joining the cast. Tamar said, let me tell you something. All money ain't good money. It's just not. And that's what it is. But I was like, girl, the bullshit is Tamar complained for years about the treatment she got from WeTV. How they did not pay her and how she was upset about this, that, and the other. For years, she complained about all the BS she went through on WeTV just to sign with WeTV. So the whole all money ain't good money, well, you went back to where you complained about, ma'am. But again, she wants y'all to know that she turned down Housewives because all money ain't good money. She don't want to get dressed and put wigs on and get lashes on to sit there and fuss with folks. Now, I hope that means we're not going to see her all fussing on the Braxtons, okay? Because you can fuss on the Braxtons on WeTV. You can fuss on the Housewives of Atlanta to get you got to what she a housewife. And it probably was asking her around the time of her being with either her being with that the Junior dude or the David dude. I'm just saying. Tamar be full of shit sometimes. I feel like Tamar sometimes say things just to have stuff to recant later. Well, I know I said WeTV was bad, but this time they gave me my money. So that means all money is good money. Because the somewhere that you claim was so bad that it caused you to have a breakdown, I would never go back. Ever. She made it seem as if she was so just messed up with WeTV that's why she was so, she had that. She tried to leave this earth on her own accord. So who goes back to a place that you said was so toxic that you wasn't paid? And because Tracy wanted us to go back, and my mama said, "Man, look, y'all dog Tracy out when Tracy was alive," and that's her sister. But I feel like don't use dead family members as a reason to go back on your word, because y'all could have easily went to a different station. Hell, truth be told, y'all could have went to Bravo. If y'all think the Braxtons could have for sure went to Bravo. They would pay to see that because folks will watch it. You went back to WeTV for a reason because the money is the money. Okay? The money is the money. Anyway. What else we got? Because I'll be forgetting what's on my little thumbnail thing. We did Drake, we did that man, we did Tamar, we did Tiffany. We'll see. Let's do Meg. Well, first y'all take one little second. Take one little second and like the video. And we're back. Okay. I want to get into Meg a little bit because yesterday, we discussed Meg being sued by her. I pop off screen because my signal being dumb, and hopefully y'all can hear me properly. But Meg is being sued by her former photographer on staff. And I want to share because yesterday I did not have the actual lawsuit, but today I do. Okay. And I felt like yesterday we were kind of trying to figure out what was going on, this and that and that and this. And all of the blogs yesterday was like, oh, Meg is being sued for sexual harassment, for forcing someone to watch her have sex and this and that and that and this. And so, getting the actual, it's 45 pages. We're not going through all 45 pages, okay? But I wanted to read some of the actual lawsuit just to have clarification, okay? So Emilio Garcia, who is suing Rock Nation, High Girl Touring, Megan Thee Stallion Entertainment, and then Megan Thee Stallion as the individual, okay? For hostile work environment harassment, failure to prevent and remedy, violation of labor codes, whatever, a few code, violation of labor code, this, that, or the other, retaliation and violation of labor code, and whatnot. 9 different things, okay? But I want to get to the part where it says what started happening, because I feel like when they said he really did use bullshit in this lawsuit to make it seem salacious. Okay, I needed to be salacious because I need them to be, intrigued or whatever. When in hindsight, it is just, I want more money for me working for you. Okay, again, on or around June 2022, he was traveling with Meg in Spain. Again, the night out, Meg and 3 other women ride an SUV. Suddenly, Meg and one other woman starts having sex right beside him. He cannot get out the car because it was a moving car and he was in the middle of nowhere in a foreign country. He was embarrassed, mortified, and offended throughout the whole ordeal. Is he gay? I just wonder. But it's even more, anyway. The following day, Meg inquired whether the plaintiff, and the plaintiff is the guy, was in the SUV the previous night, and he confirmed that he was in the SUV, and subsequently, Megan instructed, "Don't ever discuss what you saw." Megan allegedly berated and directed her fat-shaming comments towards plaintiffs, such as "fat bitch," "spit your food out," and that you don't need to be eating. After confiding in the makeup artist, Megan learned of the plaintiff's contemplation of quitting due to Stallion's possessiveness, combined with the lack of appropriate pay for the amount of time after work. Later that night, Megan drunkenly FaceTimed the plaintiff, and after the plaintiff expressed his belief he was being underpaid for the amount of hours actually asked of him, they reached an understanding with Stallion affirming, "We're good." Despite the conversation, the plaintiff remained scheduled for her upcoming gig the following Friday. Nonetheless, on or around June 2023, Rock Nation unexpectedly reached out to plaintiff the night before the scheduled Friday gig and informed him his services were no longer needed. So the get you got to me is, you told her, or you had a conversation about you feeling like you were not being paid correctly. Because as it says, later that night, after, after confiding in the makeup artist, Megan learned that the dude wanted to quit. Okay. So they had a FaceTime conversation. She said, "Okay, we good." And they let your ass go. You was about to quit. That boy is gay. Gay, gay, gay. Where I get that from? Who said it like that? I don't remember. Anyway, I just feel like you were saying that she found out you wanted to quit, and then they fired you. That happens. So it do feel like he's suing in retaliation. Again, them saying how, he was misclassified as an independent contractor, but you were. It says plaintiff has been treated as independent contractor by Rock Nation and her entertainment people, so that he was effectively denied any of the protections an employee would have under California law. This is my thing. If somebody hires you as an independent contractor, why would you say or not say, no, I need to be an employee? How do you work for somebody for 4 years, 4 or 5 years as an independent contractor, and then all of a sudden say, hey, I should get paid more money. I should be, it's like, I don't get how you just didn't know. I don't get it. You know, it says in April 2018, the California courts and now somebody ruled companies must successfully meet the 3-pronged ABC test in order to lawfully classify someone as an independent contractor for purpose of wage order claims. Let's see. It requires an employer to prove the following to justify independent contractor. The worker is free from the control and direction of the hiring entity. The worker performs work that is outside the usual course of hiring or whatever. The worker is customarily engaged in an independent establishment. That's the child. That is the definition of a photographer. Like, it's like you just wanted to be an employee out of the blue. And, you know, even from the bring up how, okay, I quit my job, you know, around September 2019. I quit my full-time job and began my employment with Meg as a full-time personal cameraman. For all relevant time, Daniel controls and directs the work performed by the plaintiff. That's still, child, it's just them saying she controls everything. She dictates everything. He worked all day, worked during all waking hours of the day. He was always answering calls and running other tasks under Meg's direction. He used his personal device to stay updated on his schedule, which blurred the line between work and personal time. For him, more than once, Meg interrupted the plaintiff during dinner and demanded that he immediately shift his focus to assist with her TikTok. Plaintiff stepped away from dinner and worked on the phone in a quiet space of a given restaurant. If we at dinner on my dime and we eating, and I say, hey, I need you to come help me do this. Child. As a personal cameraman, plaintiff was forced to take a myriad of duties and work. I can read y'all, I promise y'all. I'm gonna work much longer hours. Specifically, plaintiff worked in excess of 50 hours under the close scrutiny and explicit discretion of Meg, who continuously contacted plaintiff at all hours, directing him to brainstorm TikTok videos to edit content the plaintiff had not captured and complete various times. That does not mean that if you're a regular employee, you can't do that. Like my boss can't call me at right now and say, hey, I need you to log in. Bitch, no, my work hours is 12 to 8. Those are my work. Well, sometimes 1 to 9, but you can't know. I feel like even saying how that's what independent contractors, that is what they do with assistants sometimes. It's up to you to clarify how you want to work. So it do seem like it's a money grab. That's it. Initially, plaintiff was paid a monthly flat rate of $4,000 while working for Roc Nation and Stallion Entertainment. However, on around August of 2022, Desiree Perez, the CEO of Roc Nation, personally contacted the plaintiff to alter the compensation structure from a monthly rate to a pay per task system invoice for each assignment. Despite this change, the time expectations of the plaintiff remain the same as before Roc Nation demand to change plaintiff's pay. The new invoicing system resulted in plaintiff earning significantly less, as the invoice amount did not accurately reflect the true time and effort dedicated to working for her. And that's why before you start working for people, you have to have your ducks in a row to what you charge. It sounds like at first they was paying him this paying him amounts of money. Pay. And then they just made it be more deliberately corporate. And hey, send an invoice. Send an invoice. Yeah, it's weird that, you know, the things change. To me, it's weird that it changed from you being one thing and then something different, but you stayed there, in my opinion. And now you want to sue. Okay, you were being paid initially $4,000 a month, but not submitting no invoice. You're just getting paid. I think once he stopped getting paid a flat rate, he got pissed. On multiple occasions, Stallion explicitly directed the plaintiff not to engage with other clients, expressing possessiveness over the plaintiff's services as her personal cameraman. And this is my thing. If she did that, then a contract would need to be put in place that, hey, if you do not want me to work for other people, you have to compensate me for my time to not take other jobs. Because I would have never listened to Meg telling me to not work for other people if I'm not getting paid by her. So I get if she was saying to him, I don't want you working for no one else. Okay, cool. Pay me for that. Pay me for it. For all relevant times, Megan controls and directs plaintiff's work performance, requiring his constant availability by phone, blah, blah, blah. During his travels with Meg, he was required to stay at the hotel and be on standby at all times. Any attempt to use the hotel's amenities would prompt Stallion to reach out and request his immediate return. Who was paying for the hotels? If you traveling with me and I'm paying your room and board, no, you cannot do work on anyone else's stuff. If you're traveling with me, again, during his travels with Meg, she required him to stay at the hotel and be on standby. Because if I'm paying you to be here, yes. Now, if he was traveling with her and he was the one paying his own travel costs, Meg can't dictate shit because you didn't pay for me to be here. But if she is paying for flights, woman board, or whatever while you're traveling with her, of course she's going to say, do not use while you're here with me working, you can't work for other people. I'm paying you to be here. Period. What happens is people get friendly and they allow people, to me, it's also sound like this my first job, it's mega, it's fun, or whatever. I don't know no better. And I'm just going to enjoy touring and hanging and partying with her until she started banging some girls in the car and then I can't pay for my food no more. Okay? But yeah, you leave it be. As a result of the misclassification, he was denied a meal break or rest break. In addition, he was not paid meal or rest break premiums during his entire employment. So was he not eating? Because if when I go out to eat, you come with me and I pay for the food, that is your meal break. I pay for your food. And if you want something different, again, all I'm saying, I'm not saying Meg was right, wrong, or different. All I'm saying is it seemed like for a long time he was fine with how things were going. He was fine traveling, making $4,000 a month and doing whatever. And now that he doesn't have it that way, now I should have been an employee. He was denied overtime. He was not paid for time and a half for any overtime. But again, he's quoting things that he would have gotten had he been an employee. So the whole, again, all of this stuff had nothing to do with any kind of sexual harassment or nothing. He only mentioned that one time in the car, she fucked that girl, and then I was upset. So when Meg's lawyer said, oh, they put out this story about, she forced him to watch some stuff just to get attention on the lawsuit. The lawsuit is only about him trying to act like he was an employee and she owed him money when he was really he was really a independent contractor who's now upset. Child, Jesus fixed it. Okay. Now, lastly, I want to get into the Amanda Seals of it all. Now, I know I have of Amanda and Issa Rae. Because that's one of the things we're going to discuss. Now, as I said earlier on my live, I like Amanda. I do. I like Issa too. Where's that? Let me share my screen. Amanda doing the interview with Shannon Sharpe today. Again, it was a 3-hour tour. It was a good interview. And as I said earlier, I do feel some folk probably still watched it with I don't like her ears. And so no matter what she said, they had issues or whatever, that's fine. Boom, boom. What I took from the conversation, one, Amanda's very self-aware now. She was briefly diagnosed with autism. And even hearing her say her whole life, things are just weird. And because other Black women encouraged her to be, to go get tested to see if, to be diagnosed, and she found out she was diagnosed with autism, and how things made sense. Even her mom's like, yeah, all the things they said that kids do who have autism is things that she did, but back then the mama didn't know. Even her saying how she's always stimming, how she sometimes has to rock herself to self-stimulate, to self-soothe herself. It all kind of makes sense. How she thinks, how she's very much so matter-of-factly. It all made sense, and she finally felt validated and understanding why she sees things differently. And in the interview, now I've seen comments of folks saying Shannon Sharpe, was not the sharpest tool around here. And, he may not be the best person who can talk with whatever. The only part that frustrated me to no end with Amanda and Shannon, for the most part, Amanda was talking about her experiences, in life or whatever. And when she was talking about when she was a kid in school and, how her being one of the only Black kids in the class, how the teacher who was Caucasian felt a kind of way because Amanda would correct her, because the teacher would say things that were wrong. And so Amanda would correct it. And Amanda felt like the way she was treated was more about race than anything else. How they would have like a teacher meeting the teacher, the staff, the mom or whatever, and they thought, oh, so is Amanda's an issue. Well, no, she's fine, good grades. She's not disruptive. She just corrects me and I don't like it. And Amanda's point of view was this white teacher having an issue and how she handled me, racist to it, and how Shannon could not accept it. Okay. Amanda then discussing when she was on Disney Channel, whatever, and how when some of the Caucasian children were also being racist towards her. Each time she spoke from her experience, Shannon tried to be like, well, maybe they weren't racist. Maybe your perception was wrong.
In the situation at Disney, I was there as the only Black girl.
Okay.
And there was a whole crew. It's like 12 of us. And so I was called an N-word right there while I was there. And I was also bullied while I was there because I was told that you're only here because you're Black. You can't really dance. You're just here because you're Black. So don't get any ideas.
So again, this was after he had tried to downplay her, saying her teacher was racist. And he tried to make it seem as if just because your brain works differently, it doesn't mean the teacher was racist. And I was like, the fuck you mean? Like, what?
So that's what I'm being.
This is after that moment, and she's now speaking of a separate moment with kids treating her in a racist way.
Told by the other children. Does that suffice as racist to you, or would you want to call it something else? Is that just kids being mean?
The kids. So let me ask you a question. As a child, do you never say?
Child, look at her face. It's the point that you have to, when you know, I'm telling you what I went through, and I'm going to have to defend my experience to you because you're questioning if the racist vibes and treatment I got, if it was really racist in the 80s.
Said anything derogatory? You was just this model citizen as a child? I mean, children. Now, we're talking children, not functioning adults. Now, if you told me the adults, parents were telling you this, or the execs or people that are in charge of Disney are telling you this, I could agree with it. But at 89, you're probably 8, 9 years of age.
So the fact that she was sitting there having to now, because his point was the Kings wasn't really racist. Because the Kings can't be racist. No, you was not 8, 9, 10. The kids wasn't. But now, if it was adults, yeah, that could be. But I was like, what? And this, to me, people will probably make it seem as if a man is being mean. Why is she being combative? Because she's telling someone she experienced racism, and they're saying those white kids, they weren't being racist to you. They're not adults. And her having to even, what she's doing is she's trying to have, Amanda is trying to not come off like she's pissed, like he's stupid. And she's having to basically put up with Shannon being, in my opinion, idiotic in his rebuttal to her experience. And her having to think, how can I check him without it looking like I'm being mean?
Maybe younger.
So you have no problem with the children that were cursing out Ruby Bridges and the Little Rock Nine? You think do you think that was just them being kids?
Because if we saw back in the day white children being racist to Black kids coming to their white schools, and we did not like that, so was that not racist? And what I loved is she had to bring in something that we've always seen as clear racism to say, so do you not, was that not that?
Two things can be true. Kids can be kids and not function as an adult, and things can be wrong. And sometimes when kids say things, they're repeating what they heard their parents say. They don't know it's wrong.
So the white kids had no idea that being racist was wrong.
What about the children who are receiving it that know it's wrong? Does that not matter?
Yes.
So if I'm 10 and I'm receiving that treatment and I know it's wrong, does it make my experience of it less?
It doesn't make it any less valid. No.
So that's what we're here to talk about, my experience.
Yes.
So my experience is that I experienced that and it was difficult. So that's the valid part of this. I'm not here to protect those people because it's irrelevant. And I was in the situation.
I love her point was, I'm telling you what I experienced. And you're trying to validate why what I experienced didn't happen. I'm not here to validate, to be a sympathizer to the people who treated me unfairly. I'm not here for you to try to explain to me why what I perceived as racism towards me wasn't really that. And when I say people don't be liking Amanda because this is what she does. When somebody says something that she's like, that doesn't make no damn sense, she corrects them and catches them up, and they then say, she's mean. She's combative. She wants to battle. So it's like, yeah, I'm telling you what I experienced with these kids, and you're up here trying to tell me maybe the white kids ain't too young to know that's wrong. They don't know that's why. Where do you think racist adults come from? Racist adults start off as racist children. That was one part. Okay. I saved a few parts I want to put on because I want to get to let me see, this is the other part of it.
I'll also ask that, because if I don't see things exactly as you see them,
I don't expect you to.
Don't take it as being combative. You see things one way, I might see it a different way. That doesn't mean I'm being combative.
I would say it's combative when there's a undermining of how someone sees something.
But why are you trying to undermine how I see it?
Because it's my experience.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, I don't
know my experience.
But I'm saying, see, you take it as if I don't agree with you, I'm being combative.
No, I don't. I take it as if I have an experience and you're telling me that my experience isn't what it is.
No,
you're telling me that my thinking somebody is racist who I was in a classroom with for a year that you have never met. You are emitting doubt upon that because of your own experiences.
No, I was talking about the teacher and you.
Right.
And I said,
in your
I believe based on my experience, and a lot of people, I'll also ask that, because kids correct an adult,
right,
no matter what society it is frowned upon. That's what I was saying. Okay. You took it as that I'm trying to minimize your experience and say, well, I'm defending her when I wasn't.
Okay. I think there's something worth saying that could come off that way, and it should be something to consider.
And see, and this is why folk be like, I don't like her because she'll do stuff like that. But she's right. If I'm here to tell you my story, and I'm telling you what I went through with this teacher, and I'm telling you what I went through, and then your response to that is, well, maybe what you think happened didn't really happen. Maybe your teacher wasn't really racist. Maybe her only issue was you were a child correcting her. And then when she's like, that is invalidating my experience. And then he's trying to make it seem as if, well, no, you tripping. That ain't what I did. It's exactly what you did. But this is an example to me of why I've heard folks in the past that don't like her, even in the comment section of the interview that she did with him. Folks in the comment section, like, horribly. She's horrible. I can't believe, well, who cares? I was like, why y'all being, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do y'all, again, let me pause it. No sound. It was 3 hours and 10 minutes. Right now it's at 7,100 comments. And the amount of comments I saw of people making it seem like she was the issue for this saying, I'm telling you what I went through. And you're changing the narrative to make it seem as the person who did something wrong to me, maybe I was wrong. And I get him trying to say that adults do not like children correcting them. That's one part of it. But if she's telling you, no, it was more than that. It was how I was treated for just correcting her wrongness in class. And Amanda standing up for herself and for her experience is why some folk don't like her. Because if you try to make her seem crazy, she's going to, you know what I'm saying, debate that. She's going to stand on business. Okay? So, I want to get to a couple of things that I had saved because I wanted to make sure some things that I wanted to discuss was up here. Let's just get to Child, her, and Issa. Because we know, and I had to speed it up, of course. Yeah, I did go back and I was seeing things, and I was happy to also see, as Savvy said, that she was getting support. I'm also happy that when the blogs were posting clips of the interview, that people in the comment section was giving her support. Now, there was still some folks who was upset. She's loud. She's mean. She was still those folks. But I'm happy that she was able to get support in the comment sections or whatever. Okay. Issa and Amanda, I feel like what I loved about the way she handled this, we've never really heard Amanda address Issa's in the situation. We've never heard it. And people have asked her in the past, and I feel like she's never really directly addressed it. And hearing how she said here, how she has always tried to protect Issa, and she no longer feels the need to do that because in her did not feel the need to protect her. And there's something to be said that I don't think nothing that Amanda said was like Issa slander. I don't think she came at Issa. I feel like she finally addressed what happened. And from what she said, I feel like if what she said is true, in this situation, for what happened between Amanda, Issa's person, and Issa was wrong. In my opinion. That does not make Issa a bad person. It means in this situation, how things got handled wasn't right. Just my opinion. Okay, let's get into it.
Galley, like waiting for a car.
But I'm also telling y'all need to go watch the full interview because it's good. The moment I got up from 12 p.m., the whole thing. Okay, I'm doing clips of it, but I watched the whole thing though. But y'all should watch the whole thing.
And I'm crying because this feels like, I've been humiliated and I didn't do nothing.
And this is the point where it started with her conversation about the Black Oscar party and her bringing up how, because of the white spaces in Oscars, how it was that the Black Oscar party was created, how she was invited to the party by Jesse Williams. She did not crash the party. It was none of that. She was invited. It was a Black event. She, at that point in time, was on a show, a billboard, and not even on Insecure. She was on a different comedy show. And she was invited. She was invited. It was a whole thing for the Black people. And because of the PR lady who is attached to Issa, who does not like Amanda, and once Amanda got there, she made the decision to, I don't want Amanda here. And so when Amanda was leaving, and someone else said, well, no, you shouldn't have to leave. No, because at that point she did not know what was going on. But how the lady got security to physically put her out. You know what I'm saying? So her being embarrassed that I did not know I would get here because I was invited. Someone invited me. And I didn't think it was, it's a huge event. even if you don't like me, we're not even interacting. Because in my opinion, if people don't realize that in any atmosphere in the world that you will be in spaces with people you don't really like, but it's a huge event and you can coexist. And to me, that ain't a big issue, in my opinion. And to me, causing a child, anyway. So this is her saying after the fact, I felt embarrassed that all this happened and it did not need to.
And that was the night that me and my homegirl became super, like, that became my sister. Because she was like, when you would tell me that shit would happen to you, I would think she must be keeping something out.
Right.
But I literally just watched you do nothing. You literally just came somewhere you were invited.
Right.
And even though you tried to leave, multiple people said, no, you belong here. Multiple people, another person on this team said, you belong here, so I'm bringing you in here. And then when I tell the story on my Instagram and on my podcast, it ends up getting turned into this whole other thing of you don't belong here. Amanda Seales doesn't belong here. And that's the thing, that's a narrative that has come about. Like,
that's what's been perpetuated.
Yes, I don't belong in these places.
And I do believe that's a narrative that people ran with when the situation happened. It became, oh, well, she went and, you know, she wasn't supposed to be there. And they, you know, she, you know, and all this shit. And it was like, well, no, like, and I feel like people have, come on now, where is that? I just think a +1 is an invite. If you have an event and you say, hey, you can come +1, that means unless somebody invites the person who murdered your dog, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless somebody invites somebody who physically hurt you, not just someone you don't like. It's not even someone you have to interact with. That's the get you gotcha. When people have a wedding, what do they say? Okay, you +1, send in the RSVP, because you do not, that's a wedding. But a Black Emmy party for Black entertainment, I feel like when someone says, hey, let's exclude the one Black woman who's on a show that I'm also involved with, because she's still on Insecure. So in my opinion, if it's a huge event, look, there are people I don't rock with in life. Okay. And even at my job. Okay. And if there's an event and we're all even if I throw the event, if I was to throw an event that it's supposed to be for all the medical billers here, and if it's one medical biller which I don't like, I'm not about to make it an issue to put that one person out when this is supposed to be about all of us in this realm. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when you, in my opinion, when your goal is to say, I don't like her, she can't be here, and it's a huge party, how did you even notice me, bitch? To me, that's a petty move in the industry. Even because there are people I don't like. But in the industry of working, of networking, and just coexisting, I can coexist with you. Even if I don't invite you directly and I allow people to invite other people, I have to know it's a chance they may invite you. Because I know other people rock with you. So I know that I can't be the petty princess, and when you show up at an event, for me to make it a scene to get you put out. When I know people I rock with invited you. Let's keep listening.
And what ended up happening 2 days later is that I got a call from Issa. And she called me and said, hey, I heard what happened this weekend. I just want you to know I have nothing to do with it. Would you be willing to talk to Vanessa?
No, y'all tried to talk Vanessa at the party. She 2 days too late.
And my issue would be, because I saw someone say, you know, maybe Issa did not want to get involved. When people I know is beefing and I don't want to get involved, I don't get involved. I'm not calling you to say talk to her or vice versa. Y'all should handle that shit. So even Amanda saying, like 2 days after this event, this happened at the party, Issa called me saying, "Hey, you should talk. You should go and talk to her." For what?
So I've never talked about this publicly because it has always been incredibly important to me to protect Issa. Because I know that Issa is doing something within this business that so few people get to do. And it's not something I desire to do. Like, I'm not interested in getting a $100 million production deal. Like, that's not a life that I want for myself. But I know that her role is very important. And so I've always protected Issa. However, there's just been enough instances at this point where I should have been protected by Issa and I wasn't. And one of my biggest problems that we have discussed several times in this interview is that I think people are going to show up for me the way I show up for them.
And I love that her point was, I've even in her talking about what happened, she never bad talked Issa. She never spoke in any negative way. She just saying, this is what happened. This is what Issa knew. This is what I told Issa or what Issa said. And this is how it was handled. Even her saying, you know, I know the work she do is needed. However, in all this time, I'm always protecting Issa by just not saying shit. But in hindsight, and me not saying shit, Issa also ain't said shit, which makes people, and this is my opinion. In my opinion, the narrative that nobody on Insecure like Amanda has run rampant because ain't nobody said shit. Even though we see Amanda hanging out with some people from the cast and the crew, meaning people on the show did like Amanda. Maybe y'all don't follow it, but I do. So I feel like her even trying to say, I've always tried to protect Issa. This by not saying shit for all this time, because the work that Issa do, I get. You know what I'm saying? How great, but however, by me not saying nothing and me trying to protect Issa, she did not in turn at all protect me.
And now it's at a point where my protecting of Issa has become turned on to me and something that people are using against me. There's a whole narrative that is completely false that people keep spinning. They keep saying, you know, that I'm this mean girl on this set, that I harmed these people on this set. I just want to point out something very basic. How can I be a mean girl on a set that ain't my set? How? It's your show. You are my boss. I don't even have the capacity to be the mean girl here because you can fire me. So there's no way for me to be a mean girl in this situation. And I know some people that may buck up against like the confirmation bias that they've created, but it simply is the truth.
Let's talk on that. Little bit. You work at the Piggly Wiggly. Okay? You are on fries at the Piggly Wiggly. And your boss and her cohorts keep saying, hey, the girl on fries is so mean and this and that and cause issues. And her point is, you my boss. You can fire me. I have no power here. And if we just ask ourselves in general, at your own job, if your boss who does the hiring and the firing, if the narrative is that you are this mean girl, bad spirited, bad negative vibes, no one likes you, why would the boss keep bringing you back to the show for 5 seasons? Was it 5 seasons? It was 5 seasons. Well, in hindsight, because let's be honest, you know, if folk don't like Amanda, wouldn't they have been happy that Amanda got fired? Come on now, speak the truth. So even her saying they let the narrative run that I was this mean girl on set. But no one wants to say, how am I the mean girl if I'm not even the closest person to the boss? I don't have no power here. I'm just on fries. Let's not act like out of the show of Insecure that the Tiffany character was not the top-notch character. Issa and Molly was, and then it was Kelly. Truthfully, Tiffany Dubois' character was child on the over there. So Amanda's point in saying, y'all are saying I was the issue on the show, but the boss who y'all said had an issue with me didn't fire me. I had all this power. Let's get listening.
You know, when I got to that show, I had a show on Issa's website on YouTube. I had my show Get Your Life. And when it came out on her YouTube, unfortunately, the press picked it up as Issa Rae's new show.
Right.
But she didn't do anything except put it on her site. Like,
right.
I put all my money into it, I wrote it, I starred in it, etc. Mm-hmm. And so I said, hey, you know, would you mind, you know, tweeting to correct this? And she just wouldn't.
I want to address this real fast. I work in the corporate world. And usually when it's little bullshit, yes, the managers do stay out of it. However, the amount of shit that they said went on in the real office environment, if all of the employees are complaining about somebody who's toxic and it's making the work environment weird, management does step in. They don't step in the day-to-day bullshit of it all. However, when things get to be to the point to where it's causing an issue at work, management does, at least at my job, they do. Eventually, management steps in, and if the person is at least written up, and eventually they may be fired. So yeah, management does not step in like on just like, okay, it's a little tension. No. But when it starts affecting the workspace, they do step in. What she brought up, because I don't know if y'all watched her for an interview to see all the stuff she said. Maybe not, but you know, it's a lot.
She wouldn't promote any of the shows, you know, and I just felt like that was unfortunate. But it didn't change my view of her character. Like, it just let me know, like, okay, this is how she do business. But in that time, her publicist was interacting with me and was from just day one, just so acerbic, like just vitriolic for no reason, to the point where Issa's business manager had to say to the publicist, like, can you please try and be kinder to Amanda? She's like a talent on our channel.
And you have no reason why she would treat you, behave.
So, Issa says, would you talk to Vanessa?
No.
I said, sure. You know why?
Why?
Who's my boss? Who's my boss in this situation?
Well, Issa's the boss.
And where do I have to go back to work?
Insecure.
So what's the game you talked about?
You had to play the game. But
when your boss comes say, hey, go talk to so-and-so and so-and-so, you go talk to so-and-so and so-and-so. Why? Because your boss said so.
Hold on. But there was a situation earlier, Amanda, where she said, that ain't my business. Y'all need to handle that. Now she wants you to talk to her.
You're good at math. You good at math, Sharpton. Shannon Sharpton.
I'm just saying, because you like...
You can't spell Sharpton without Sharp now.
So, okay, you have...
So I take the call.
You should have said, I want to meet face to face. I want to look at one. I like to look a person in the eye.
My feelings were hurt. My feelings were hurt. I just got assaulted in a party for black people in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. And I've been in Hollywood longer than majority of the people in this fucking party.
Right.
My feelings are hurt.
Okay, you take the call. Ring. Hello?
Hi, Amanda, this is Vanessa. I just want you to know that, so none of this has anything to do with Issa. That's the first thing she says. None of this has anything to do with Issa.
Again, this is her, because, again, Issa said, hey, talk to the my PR person who, you know, don't like you. Who did not want you at the Black Emmy party and had you put out. And even her saying, my feelings were hurt. So I can't talk. Because sometimes you don't want to talk to folks face to face because when you hurt, you don't want to cry. Because, you know, for me, when I am frustrated, I cry out of frustration. So, you know, okay, now I have to talk to this person who's now telling me, you know, this has nothing to do with Issa. And I feel like Amanda always said it was never actually an issue with Issa. It wasn't. But it was close enough to Issa to where Issa did not handle it. And I want to compare it to one little thing. If y'all, the show, The Shy, that's on Showtime, that is with Lena Waithe. When season 1 happened and the guy who played Brandon, these cast, crew, whoever was complaining about his actions, and their issue was the fact that Lena Waithe, the showrunner, people who knew but did not handle it the right way. When you are the person in charge and you do not handle it the right way, it's your fault because you are the person in charge. Lena Waithe, once she found out that it was an issue, Brandon ass was gone. I think eventually the showrunner who was on that season was gone too. So my point is, when you are running a show and there are cast issues, staff issues, and you are the boss, you are supposed to handle it. This is the same shit that happened. And that's why after season 1 or season 2, when they had to write off Brandon's character because the girl who played his girlfriend felt harassed by him and all that stuff, they had to completely redo the show. And for like 2 seasons, it was real shaky because folks was pissed off that the dude was gone. But Lena Waithe got some flack because there were like things were happening on set that were not addressed by the powers that be. And when Lena Waithe got involved, then it was handled. So in my opinion, if Issa's the boss of Insecure, she's the top head person. If there is an issue between your publicist and a cast member on your show, you can't ignore it. Because when you do, this is what happens. And that does not mean that Issa's a bad person. This is not Issa. This is not Issa. I'm trying to take off because I think somebody say Gavin's a troll. Let me, you know, it was child. Is anybody coming in here saying, who's Amanda Seals? Child, if you don't know, then keep it moving. Okay, that means you're not supposed to be here. Anyway. So I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, those things have to be handled, in my opinion. Okay, let's keep listening.
So I just want you to know that, but I do want you to understand that it was me who kicked you out the party. Okay. So I just want you to know that the reason I kicked you out the party is because I don't like you. Okay, well, that's all I need to know. There's nothing else for us to talk about, and I hang up. She calls me back immediately. Why'd you hang up? I said, because there's nothing else for us to talk about. She says, don't you want to know why I don't like you?
No, not actually. Actually, I don't.
No, I don't, because it's none of my business. I've never done anything to you. And for you to put me in harm's way off of literally nothing means that I don't need to talk to you about why you don't like me. You need to talk to your therapist about why you don't like me.
Boom. And this is another reason why folks say they don't like Amanda. Oh, she's abrasive. No, if we've never had any conflict, if we've never had a issue, and you don't like me, and you've never told me, we've never had a conversation about anything, I don't care. Because you already made up in your mind that you don't like me. So much so, you have me put out of a party and have male security physically take me out of the party just because you don't like me. That's not my issue, bitch. It's yours. Now, again, if she would have said, you know what, Amanda, every time I've talked to you, I feel like you have an attitude towards me. I feel like you don't like me. Had she said, like, this is the reason why I act how I act, that's different. But if she said, I don't like you, well, okay, that's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to like me. But when that's your response, and your response isn't a reason for the issue, we don't have shit to talk about. Because if I don't like someone who I've had interactions with, I can give you the reason as to why I don't like them.
And I hung up the phone.
She called back.
No, she called around. She started a smear campaign.
Oh.
Because she's a publicist. Remember, she's a publicist, meaning she has connections around town. And that be the get you gotcha that some people do. You have some kind of dispute and they then want other folk to not like you too. So they whisper shit about you for other people not to like you. Because you would not play their game and beg for them to like you. Or you will not be the one to beg them to tell you why they don't like you. Okay, you're like, okay, fine. All right, bye.
So this whole time, your boss, and I don't do the gossip thing. So have you ever had a conversation with Issa about this situation, about her publicist?
You're saying since the situation?
At any point?
Well, I had that one time where I said to you.
Yeah, and she said, well, y'all need to work that out. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
So now after this conversation with the publicist, and I get off the phone, I start getting word that she is going around to the different publications and different people, because it starts coming back to me. Mm-hmm. And she's going around saying that I was in danger of getting fired from Insecure, which honestly, I don't even know if that was true or not, but that had never been brought to my attention. She starts going around saying that I got in a fight at the party. She starts going around saying that I peed on the floor.
Because stop laughing, Shannon, damn it. Now, I recall, because y'all know this is what I do. Okay. I recall when that happened, there were a lot of different stories about what happened. And they did make it seem like Amanda stormed the party and bulldozed her way through, and what it was, all these narratives. When in actuality, it was like, no, she was invited by somebody else, by Jesse Williams, other people who saw people, because remember, when she first was being told to leave, she didn't know why or who said it. So other people who knew her were like, girl, come on, we'll figure it out. You know? And there was this narrative that, oh, she did something. Well, it's like, no, she came somewhere, you know, and got put out. Just saying.
At the party.
What are you, a puppy?
I gotta move it to the side. Like, what are we talking about?
So let me ask you this.
So, well, I feel like I'm gonna answer your question.
Okay.
So, Issa then calls me again and says, hey, I just want to know if this is gonna be a problem on set. Because now this is going on for 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And this going viral. Earlier in the conversation, you were like, why do you care if people who don't know you, mm-hmm. like, are saying mean things about you? And it's like, I wish I had that. And I'm at a point in my life where I'm there. No. But it's really up when the pylon happens and it has nothing to do with reality. Like, I don't even mind a pylon if it's something I really did.
Right.
This situation, I'm like, how am I the villain in this situation? Well, you shouldn't have gone to her party because it was her party. Well, it's not just her party. There's several people at the party. It's not like I crashed her baby shower.
Right.
But also, I'm looking at Issa because it's like, this is your responsibility. We are both your employees. Mm-hmm. And this is a part of leadership. This is the important part of leadership. And that's what makes leadership so annoying, is you got to manage people.
Yes, you do.
And personalities. And
yes. It's a very difficult task.
But it is par for the course.
Yes, but that's why you got the 100 million or whatever you got, is to manage your employees.
And that's the thing I feel like, again, to me, she addresses him as well in a second. To me, I feel like, because I seen blogs say Amanda calls out Issa. She didn't call out Issa. She didn't speak. She just saying what happened. And if Amanda's version is true, which I feel like it is, because we do know both the publicist and Amanda were employees of Issa. And clearly there was an issue between Amanda and old girl. And the fact that Issa made the decision to really not step in to fix it. But once stuff, became viral, to me, I feel like Issa just wanted to, Amanda just leave alone. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like, from my opinion, Issa did not know how to lead that situation. And I feel like because we've heard little stuff over the years about how, the other girls did not re-talk to Amanda. This makes more sense. Why? Because if your boss ain't addressing it, why would you? You know what I'm saying? If your boss not addressing the person, why would you? If everybody's like, let's just shoot the scene, let's just shoot the scenes, and then that's it.
I said, listen, I am not saying that it's going to be a problem on set, but I do think it is a problem that you don't feel that you need to step in. And she was like, well, then we just have a difference in opinion. Like, this is between y'all. This is between y'all.
Well, if it was between us, why'd you intervene and say I needed that she wanted to call, I needed to talk to her? If you felt it was just between us, because you interjected yourself into that. If it's between two people, I shouldn't have interference from someone else to say we need to get together. The two people, either she reaches out to me or I reach out to her. I don't need you to intervene. But you felt the need to intervene in that, but now you don't feel the intervention to go any further. Oh, sorry.
So I'm also
great questions, great fact shedding, Sean.
Also promoting my book.
Right.
So this hits me because now the press is canceling. So this is now affecting me professionally. And I didn't do shit.
Right.
And I don't like you, in my opinion, is not a sufficient reason to sick 4 security guards on me and remove me from a black space.
Right.
Which also begs the question, what the f*** is a black space? Because we like to claim that they're safe spaces and, that they're for us. But at this point, black spaces are literally, it's just black faces.
Right.
And that even is, something to do with this pressure that I've been going through. But to stay on course. So now we have to go back to shooting.
Uncomfortable.
Because again, even though, and this is the thing, let's not act like let's not act like before now, we have not heard people say no one on Insecure rock with Amanda. They don't want to be around Amanda. So we're not going to act like Amanda saying shit got weird on set is not true. Because before she said anything, that was already the narrative without her having to say nothing. All she's doing now is basically confirming what we've heard being said from before. Except now she's just saying, and Issa did not help fix the shit.
I'm uncomfortable, and I ain't even on set.
And nobody's saying nothing to me. Everybody knows, because at this time it's just the women shooting. Everybody knows what's going on. They don't say nothing to me. And that's just fucking mean. It's mean. They don't say nothing to me. And let me tell you, from the beginning, I've been trying with these ladies. Because I want to make community everywhere I go. I done invited them to my house. They didn't come. I brought them gifts. They said thanks. I tried to plan a retreat. They said we don't want to go. I created our group chat for the show. I created game nights for the show.
Nobody participated.
I mean, eventually, but like...
reluctantly.
But I'm trying to do this, because I think that this is... It's like when I walked in and I was like, I feel like it's my role to make you feel comfortable. Like, I feel like that's my way of getting around this thing, this stigma that people like to put on me that ain't got shit to do with how I really exist.
Okay.
And in this situation now, I'm publicly now being like excoriated. You got this earthworm Jim looking nigga, Sarunas, out here talking about, well, you don't...
Earthworm? Her calling Sean as an earthworm was funny to me. You hear me? Also, I want to say, when Amanda just said how, shooting the show on the set, filming with just the ladies, and no one is talking to her, that is, hurtful. It's not bullying at all. However, to me, that also creates a weird work environment because I'm now being ostracized because no one wants to address what's going on, and it's easier if I'm the villain. And when you are in a group working and you feel as if it's you against them or vice versa, it's hard for everyone. You know what I'm saying? However, when you are in a work environment and there's a boss, a management, whatever, that's who's supposed to handle the shit. The hard part is if the person in charge is friends with the other people, it's harder for them to manage.
No one likes you, so that's why you weren't invited. What's hilarious about that is that we were only in 2 scenes together, so this is not somebody that really knows me. But you know what the other thing is, Shannon Sharpton?
Wow.
This is a brother who ended up having a child with someone on the show. And when he had the child, there was rumors that were going around that he was not claiming the child.
Uh-huh.
And so these people had started talking about it. But the people that are talking about ain't my people. I'm not involved in it, but I hear it because we on set.
Right.
And then he come around and it's, hey! I don't like that. I don't like that. It's not honest. So even though that's not my boy, I pull him to the side. I say, Pete, people out here are talking about you behind your back about this situation.
Streets talking.
And I said, listen, this is a small business. So at the end of the day, if you are this child's father, I think you should exclaim it to the rooftops. If you are not, if you are and you don't want to claim this child, I would like for you to just consider rethinking that, because as somebody with a father that did not show up for me, I really feel like she would really benefit from having a father in her life.
And when Sharonis, Sharonis, who played Dro on Insecure, knocked up the bank chick, you know what I'm saying, who was messing around with Lawrence, that's who he knocked up. And when it was even rumored that she was pregnant by him, he was like denying stuff. So there was like scuttlebutt around that or whatever. And the fact that like I tried to warn him that folk were talking cash shit about him. So for him to be the one to come after her was some bullshit.
And he was like, well, why ain't nobody coming to me? I said, I'm literally coming to you right now. And you ain't even my peoples.
Right.
But I don't think it's fair that you're being talked about behind your back by people that you think are your peoples. He said, well, thank you for that. So that's the same nigga that fixed his mouth to jump on the bandwagon of We Hate Amanda. Because it was a bandwagon. And he wanted to be seen. He thought maybe he was going to get an extra, right. He thought he was going to get an extra scene or something. So now we're on set and I finally say to Issa, so we're just not going to talk about this? Because it's now going on for 3 weeks and my mental health is suffering. Okay. And it was a tough time. And she's like, well, what do you want to talk about? And I said, listen, this was a terrible experience.
Right.
This was terrible. I literally cried face to face with her, this is terrible. And she's like, this is the first time she finally says well, I'm sorry that happened to you. It took 3 conversations. And I said, well, I'd like to talk to you further because I need you to speak to Vanessa. She is trying to ruin my career. She's like, I don't think so. I'm like, she's trying to ruin my, so I bring her into the room, I bring her into my trailer, and I had to do another 48 Laws of Power. I sat her on a higher plane than myself. So that she can feel as the queen. And in this setting, she is the queen.
Right.
And I say, I don't need nothing from you. So I don't have a reason to lie to you. But the people that work for you, in close quarters, whose names are really attached to you, they will lie to you.
Meaning, don't think that other people who need you won't lie to you to keep you close. I don't need you for shit. I work here. That's it. I work here. But your other folk can be lying to you.
And I had to convince her that this is really happening. I'm not making this up. And even if it turns out to be not happening, I still need you to speak to her to deduce what is or isn't.
Right.
So then she finally went and spoke to her. The damage is done, right? Because now you see how every few years this becomes a thing. And it was started from a lie.
Right.
And every couple years, that's folk always say, Amanda got kicked out of that party she wasn't supposed to be at. And then they say, don't nobody like Amanda. When when it's more that just no one has came out and said stuff. But I don't count Sharonis as a worthy character person to say who we like and don't like. It is sound like Amanda and the publicist, that was the issue, and nobody fixed the shit. And it was easier for folk to say no one likes Amanda.
It was started from a lie. And, it's not about convincing people, because I don't need to convince nobody of nothing. But I just don't ever feel comfortable with people forming opinions not based on truth. Shit, I got in trouble for saying nigga on Insecure. I got in trouble for telling a brother he was a revolutionary nigga. In trouble.
This made me laugh.
Like, literally got pulled aside and was told, we need to talk about the incident that you had.
I guess when you're in corporate, you got to keep it corporate, man.
We say nigga on the show.
Anybody on a set of Insecure be getting in trouble for using the word nigga is crazy, because they did use that word all the time. Insecure had a scene where Issa got sperm in her eye. So Amanda's saying that I got reprimanded for saying the word nigga to somebody is crazy to me.
We say nigga all day on this motherfucking show. And it was a black woman who pulled me to the side. And this brother is tatted from the neck down, eating edibles on set from Detroit. I mean, that's nigga.
That's as a person from the D, that is nigga stuff. I'm just saying.
But I had said to him, because there was like a Malcolm X quote in my trailer, and he sets my trailer, my clothes in my trailer. So I came to him, I was like, hey, did you leave that Malcolm X quote in my trailer? And he was like, nah. I was like, damn, you're the only revolutionary nigga around here. He was like, I'm not a nigga. And I said, okay, I get it. Who said that? And I kept it moving. Yeah. This was the incident. So she's like, we need to talk about the incident. And I said, well,
what incident?
What incident? Well, when you just referred to him as a nigga. And so actually, I referred to him as a revolutionary nigga. It was a compliment.
Right.
Yeah, but when he said he's not a nigga, you didn't take it back. I said, like, you mean like take backsies?
Take backsies? I giggle. Because again, I do feel like if you call someone something, even in jest, that you heard that is said all over the time, all over the office, what I'm saying? We've seen it being said. But if someone does say, hey, I'm not no N-word, that ain't me, I'm not no igga. Okay, my man, I'm sorry. I get they didn't want to be called that, but I also feel like what she just said to me was not an insult. But the person saying I'm not an N-word is fine, but I feel like to go complain, like, oh my gosh, she called me Negro. I feel like, why didn't that person say, hey, that offended me? That offended me. And then Amanda should apologize, because I did not mean to be offensive. But I think her point was, I didn't even know he was offended. You know what I'm saying? But I'm being reprimanded by the power that be. I didn't know he was offended.
I mean, where we at? And she was like, well, I said, but we literally say nigga on this show. Like, literally. She's like, well, you're gonna need to apologize to him. But this is the action of like, you need to bow down. People are always trying to get me to like apologize for some shit I didn't do wrong, right, because they feel like I'm too haughty. They feel I'm too sure of myself. They feel like I need to be cut down to size all the time. And the unfortunate part of that is that it's not a reflection of me, it's a reflection of them.
Right.
Because what is it about me that makes you feel small and you want me to get down to your level? Why do you feel small? What's going on with you? Who made you feel that way? That's not fair to you. Come on, rise up. It's in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what that is. So she brings him into my trailer.
You fake apologize.
Cause she there, and I was like, oh, you good? She's like, no, I need to stay in case something happens. What's gonna happen? I look at him, what you think is gonna happen? He's like, I don't know. I was like, oh my God. I said, you know what? I apologize for calling you nigga. I did not intend to offend you. Of course, in my head, what I said was, I should have called you a bitch, but I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But it felt like it.
Right.
It felt like it. So now we got to shoot the car scene where we're driving in Malibu. Right. So we in the car, and I'm telling them about what happened, and I start crying because I'm a sensitive soul, and because this felt like another instance where I was being like bullied. And Issa laughed in my motherfucking face as I was crying and said, well, you know, you do have a tone. At the end of season 1, I pulled Issa aside after this. I said, can we go to dinner? I want to take you to dinner. I took her to dinner. I said, I feel like you think I have something against you, and I don't know why you feel that way, because we had been cool from even before this. Right. She was like, well, no, I said, I feel like you have something against me.
Issa laughing. I think Issa laughing as a person is fine. I guess Issa laughing as a boss is not fine. But it also probably means they don't see a man that's soft. They don't see her as someone who needs to be who needs compassion. They don't feel like she's someone who needs to be like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's okay. It's like, girl, you crying, ha ha ha, girl. You got a tone though. It's like, yeah, but right now my feelings hurt.
Me. And she said, well, I feel like you have something against me. And I was like, based on what? Because again, Shannon, I'm on your show.
Right.
I can't do like
I'm only to get scenes added if you add them.
I'm in pocket, baby. I can't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, well, why? She said, well, I guess I was looking at you like your character. Am I that good of an actress? She wrote the character, bro.
Amanda saying that Issa said, I guess I just look at you like the character. And she like, but you wrote the character. Not you wrote the character, and also you hired me. Look, yeah, to me that's like it's like you the strong friend. You the strong person. How dare you need, compassion? How, if you're the strong person and you got this tone, what you crying for? Man up, boss up, bitch, you know what I'm saying? But even her saying like, oh, her saying the Issa's things, and maybe I look at you like your character. It's like, but you wrote the character. And for a few people said at first they did not even realize that Amanda Seales was the person playing Tiffany Dubois because they're so different. I think it was Ashley Miller was like, I didn't even at first. She did not realize that was Amanda because she don't two different people. So it's weird to say for them both to think the other one had an issue with them. And then when Amanda said, why do you think, what's your issue with me? Well, I guess I look at you like the character. Child. Now look, I love the fact that she was saying how people feel like, you burning bridges. Hey, you burning bridges. You can't be burning bridges around here. And this is a response to them saying she's burning bridges in the industry by not being likable by a few. Because I don't think she's disliked by many people in the industry as much as we think. I do think there are people who don't like her. Do not get me wrong. I just don't think it's as many people as we think.
Stand is that you be in scenarios where you got to make a judgment call.
Instantaneous. You don't have
and you just doing the best that you got with something that doesn't have a blueprint.
Right.
And so now there's this whole narrative of Amanda Seales hates black men. That it has literally no water. If I hate black men, I want a refund. I want a refund, Shannon.
Let me address, because I keep Samantha, my child. No, she wasn't fired from the Real. She quit the Real. The same way she wasn't fired from Insecure. The show ended. I don't think she's ever said she's never wrong. I don't think she's even said everyone wrongs her. However, if you're doing an interview and you're talking about certain things that happened, this is what happened. But like Savvy said, child, we get it. You don't like Amanda. And it's fine, because everybody has an opinion. It's fine. But she was not fired from the Real. She quit the Real.
You know how many brothers I have lifted up? I want a refund. I done paid fail to understand is that you be in scenarios where you got to make a judgment call.
Instantaneous. You don't have
and you just doing the best that you got with something that doesn't have a blueprint.
Right.
And so now there's this whole narrative of Amanda Seales hates black men. That it has literally no water. If I hate black men, I want a refund. I want a refund, Shannon. You know how many brothers I have lifted up? I want a refund. I done paid probation fees because the niggas can rap and I want them to be able to live in their talent and their truth. I done talked to a damn PO to vouch, Bodie James, and you owe me money. But there's just something very wrong about these places feeling compelled to just speak about somebody with no facts? At least quote somebody I've worked with if you're going to say I'm difficult to work with. I mean, it's burning bridges in Hollywood. Baby, there ain't no bridges in Hollywood. This Hollywood is a shark-infested pool. The only bridge I built was to get me out of it so I would stop getting bit.
I said, say that. Say that. Saying I burn bridges ain't true, bitch. I am in shark-infested waters. Everybody biting everybody. And I feel like that's true. We've heard so many people say how cutthroat the industry is. Now, is building bridges something that people do yeah, they do. But in the meantime, in between time, you're still running around here in shark-infested waters. I think that's true. And sometimes, even while building bridges, you still can, have connections, but it's still sharks in the water.
So please, stop telling me about burning bridges and then they're in there talking about, oh, she's hubris. Do y'all even know what hubris means? Hubris is a mythological character from Greek mythology who was told by the gods, don't look in that pool. Don't look in that pool. And Hubris said, I'm going to look in the pool. He defied the gods. He looked in the pool and he saw his face. And he was so enamored by his face that he drowned in the pool. So hubris is not someone who is necessarily enamored by themselves. Hubris is the story of a person who defied God. Now you tell me in this whole interview, where have I showed you that I'm somebody who is defying God? I live by God.
Right.
I am spoken to by God. I speak the words. So don't tell me about these words. So journalists using these words so gratuitously is dangerous. It's so dangerous. And I am obsessed with words. I'm obsessed with words, Shannon. I love them so much. And I know that there's people who have lived by the word. If you are somebody of a religion, you live by the word. Right. Whether it's the word of Allah or the word of the Bible. If you're somebody who's a lawyer, you understand that this Constitution and the words that are not in it are what continue to keep us oppressed. Words matter. So to have all these people using these words that I love so much against me damn near killed me. Thank goodness I'm on Lexapro. Because had I not been on this antidepressant, I feel like I would have gone down a much darker hole. But I have a great psychiatrist, and I have even better friends. So when you talk about people protecting you, baby, I am protected. I am so loved. And that's why it's so wild to see people saying I'm not likable. You are right. I am not likable. I am lovable. I'm so loved. And it's like I'm in a place right now where for the first time in my life, I feel like the love for myself and the love people have for me are at the same level. And I've never experienced that before. And it took a long time for me to learn that I even had the right to love myself.
Self-reflection of realizing that people are bombarding you with how they feel about you and they don't even know you. And it fucks with your mental. It fucks with your emotions, your self-esteem, and all of that. And you do really have to find the strength to love yourself regardless of what anybody else say about you, because the only people who know you are the people who know you. And Amanda walks in a room and she sits and she has conversations and she just knows of what she speaks. And some folk don't like that. And that's cool.
People say these things like, oh, don't be full of yourself. You better be full of yourself. You better be full of yourself, because then what are you full of? You don't want to be hollow, and you also don't want to be full of everybody else's validation of you, because who are they? And baby, they will run away. When shit go low and they gone, you're empty. You better be full of yourself. And I have had to learn, as somebody who had a nervous breakdown and was brought to the bottom, and realized that all of my confidence was built on other people's thoughts of me.
Other people's validation.
Everything. And I had to build myself back up, and luckily I had a therapist who taught me to do that. And I had to build myself back up, and so I tell everybody now, like, no. Please be full of yourself and love yourself. And, particularly women, we're not told that we're allowed to name ourselves.
Right.
I am a genius. I'm a gifted performer. I am a gifted person. I am a creative genius. I'm generous. I am giving. I am kind. I'm funny. I'm delightful. Like, these are not things that I need to wait for somebody to say about me. I know these things about myself.
Whoa. Okay. I love the fact that she's, again, sometimes, people will look at clips of stuff, and then they feel like, well, this is what she's like. No, that's why I said y'all need to really watch the whole thing. Even her defending, the quick part of her defending, Angel Reese.
When I saw people taking shots at Angel Reese for crying, because for the longest time,
She is a young person. Do you know how disgusting that is? And that cornball nigga who loves to make himself look like he's the white people's savior.
Who said that?
Emmanuel Acko.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Corny C-band.
Oh, Lord have mercy, man.
Come talk to me, white people. I'm the black guy that's nice. Cut it out. It's ridiculous.
Man, I know these people, man. I'm gonna have to have.
Well, you're not saying it. I am. You're not saying it, and you don't. And I will let you off the hook. You don't need to respond. Don't feel like you need to defend them.
No.
But baby, you can't.
I'll let you have your space. This is your safe space to say your piece.
Someone saying to you, "It's okay. This is your safe space to say your piece," and this was her reaction.
Can I have a hug?
No, you wouldn't give me no hug. I try to get a down.
I have to get to a hug, and now I'm there. Can I have a hug?
Yes, you can have a hug.
Because earlier he asked her, "Can they hug or whatever?" And she said, "No, like I have to work up to wanting to hug somebody." And sitting there talking to him for a while, and him saying, "Hey, this is your safe space to say whatever." I feel like she was like, "Okay, now I want to hug." Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Dang, that was quick. I feel good.
Good.
I feel good.
Good.
You hosted the BET Awards in 2020.
In my house.
And ain't been back.
That part I don't care about. I'm gonna leave that part because it's a little bit long and I want to get done. I love how it ended. One, she gave. Y'all want to hear her apology?
People do nitpick. And it sucks because you start to believe the lies that people tell you about yourself, and then you start to turn into the person that they are accusing you of being. They want you to be somebody who doesn't give a f***. They want you to be somebody who doesn't care if you hurt people. And I will say that most people don't get the opportunity to do a blanket apology, but since I have it, I'll take it. I apologize to anybody that I have unwillingly caused any level of discomfort. That's never my goal. Never my goal. And anyone who's taking that apology and knowing that it's not for you, because it wasn't for you.
I love her saying, this is my apology. A blanket apology to anybody I've, whatever. But if you know this ain't for you, fuck you. Okay? Because this ain't for you. At one point in the interview, she was bringing up how people who have, there are people who have an issue with me and they bring up shit in 2005. It is 2024, okay? And she said, what kind of person doesn't realize that I'm different now, bitch? Okay, again, it's a weird thing how people feel like, oh, she thinks she's always right. It's because y'all only look at parts that she's discussing something that was wrong. And when you look at only parts, you feel like, well, she never says what she did. It was a 3-hour interview. Could not agree better. The energy in this, and I feel like because the energy y'all give doesn't match anything she's done. Because what has she done? No one can name something she did to them. But the energy is as if, man, we've seen Amanda burn down the bridges to the stairway to heaven. And she thinks she know everything. And she's always right. And she's always loud. And she's always complaining. And she's always fussing and fussing. It's like, yeah, but you don't see the other shit. You want to know why? Because you only see what the media puts out of her. I follow her. So when she be laughing and being fun, I see that stuff. So I thought, like, why you don't, Now again, I can't attest to who she used to be, but I feel like she don't live there no more. And when you consistently judge people from their old address, they not getting that mail. Bitch, I don't live there no more. I'm not around there no more at all. People who knew me from when I was 15 years old and in my old hood, they don't know me now. So when I'm always hearing people make it seem like 42-year-old Amanda is the same person that 25-year-old Amanda was when you had an interaction, that means you are holding on to stuff from her that she ain't even thinking about. It doesn't mean that how she treated you or dealt with you doesn't matter, but it means that you're holding on to a space where neither one of y'all live. Now, to the people who don't know her, y'all holding on to shit and y'all wasn't even there. That's why I say stuff like, I don't hold on to issues with like famous people unless they did some foul stuff and they're still doing foul stuff. Catch me now. People who are still doing foul stuff, still being their foul way, I can't rock with them. But if something you did, or how your attitude was when you were y'all see how I cuss folks out in the comment section when they sometimes go a little bit left at 42. Can you imagine my mouth at 22? Y'all don't even understand how my attitude when I was younger. Child, don't cuss out quickly. Cuss out quickly. So I feel like, and I feel like y'all too. People here, if you are a person, if you are on my live right now, and you are in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, or whatever, who you are now is not who you used to be. So I refuse to keep, that's what I'm like, and I refuse to let y'all try to downplay a Black woman who's always trying to uplift us in Black spaces. This to me should not even pit Issa against Amanda, because all Amanda did, all Amanda said was, me and Issa did not have no issue with each other. However, Issa did not protect me when I was working in her space. She did not, because at one point she said, at one point, I think I missed it. At one point, did I save it? Because at one point, Shannon said, oh, Lil Rel said that Issa is supportive of women. And she said, well, not for me. Like, she didn't protect me. It don't matter. And I'm not saying that she doesn't do that for other people. But for me, when I was having an issue under her leadership, she didn't help me. She didn't enlighten me. She didn't uplift me. She said, that ain't my problem. I don't have nothing to do with that. And the reason we know that happened was because we've never seen Issa ever address the shit on either side, even though she was the person in charge. Lena Waithe had to do so many interviews when that shit happened on the set of The Chi. So I'm not saying, I don't want anyone to think I'm saying y'all have to like Amanda. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, stop judging people based on hearsay. Sometimes do a little research, okay? And if you don't like Amanda, that's fine too. But then don't come to spaces that are supporting her just to talk shit about her. That's all. You know what I'm saying? And y'all opinion, because I'm not talking to anybody, you know, in general in the comment section. But when people say you always writing for me, you right. And until she does something that makes me feel like she does not deserve my support, I'm gonna keep doing it. The same way I hope y'all will support me if someone say, you know, Jaylee's a horrible person. I hope y'all would say, we don't get that vibe for her. And until she do something that shows me she's a fucked up individual, I'm a ride for her. That's what I'm saying. This is how the interview ended.
I appreciate this platform. The space you've created here is very unique and necessary.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You know, you had asked me earlier, like, what has come out of these last 4 weeks? And let me tell you something, Shannon, I am a pure soul. I've always been a pure soul. I always move from pure intentions. And I've reached a point where I'm just no longer going to argue what people think
Right.
with what I know.
Amanda Seals, ladies and gentlemen.
Because y'all could think I'm a individual, but I don't have the time to sit and fuss with y'all about it. Okay, I'm out of that. I like Amanda. That does not mean she's perfect. And come on now, look. Come on, y'all guys look. The one thing I love about the reason I keep doing YouTube, and after working a full day or before I want to work or whatever, I come to y'all with the content. We have conversations. It's the reason it's 2 hours and 40 minutes right now. We're having conversations, and we not gonna always agree. You know, people gonna have their different opinions. I love when the JayBirds have y'all, stuff in the comment section, because y'all be respectful about it. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's not until folk get a little bit dumb Diddy. I gotta block their ass. But you know what I'm saying? We around here just talking through things and just experiencing our thoughts. Now I talk the most, I know that. But I love the fact that y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's the conversation of it all, okay? And that's all. And again, no one is forcing anybody else to agree with them. Sometimes it's just about y'all guys stop hating on Amanda so tough, because she didn't really do nothing to y'all, okay? But I love y'all, and I hope y'all love me, okay? And that's why I be here, child. As hard as it be, as much as I want to keep growing my look. Amanda is also a content creator. She's also somebody in the industry trying to just grow her brand like me. And I feel like sometimes I see a bit of myself in her, to where, you just want to be able to live your life and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to grow and not be misunderstood. And when you feel consistently misunderstood, and it's a pile on of strangers around the world coming at you, is hard. So I never want to give someone that energy who hasn't earned it. The person y'all need to be giving that energy to is Candace Owens. Okay? Y'all want to go off on somebody about people who don't do that to her. That's why I don't discuss that bitch on the show. Because she gets so my damn nerves. Anyway, y'all, that's it. That's all. Okay, that's it. That's all. I hope y'all enjoy. We had a good old time, child. A good old time. Now, we'll see what will happen tomorrow. I may be live tomorrow morning, sometime between 11 and 12. So come around 11, to see, what's going on around here. Okay, because I don't think I'm gonna go live when I get home. Got some stuff to do. But I may come to y'all tomorrow morning for a quick chat. Okay, look, like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. I love you all, regardless of how we have differences of opinion. I love the fact that people can be here and they can just speak their piece, and we respect each other. Okay. Now, like the video. Y'all be safe. Okay. I love y'all too. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all appreciating me. From my space. I have a small space here on YouTube, child, but I appreciate y'all for appreciating me and stuff. Now I gotta go to bed or whatever. I love you all. Be safe, y'all. Be safe. And know that, look, and if don't nobody tell you, you are great. You are amazing. You are smart. You are all the things. And if somebody don't like you, fuck them. Okay. Bye.